Alright, let's go. Let's get this organized. Marco's live over here. Marco live on YouTube. Larco live on YouTube. Let's go. Mute myself. Okay, let's get YouTube chat over here. And let's get this chat over here. It's weekend time. You know what that means. Time to code. Time for music to be way too loud for me. Turn it down for me. It's fine for you, but for me it's like, ah! Alright. I think we're live and YouTube is not going to explode on me, which is always good. Alright. Today, we need to make better enemy AI. Because our last attempt, while admirable, is sloppy. I blame myself more than you guys. Alright. So I have all this wonderful stuff for the slug. We're gonna take it. Just kind of comment it out. Do he wrote a lot of good stuff. We don't want to lose it all. But I do not want him to behave this way. I want to do it, have a little more control over it. It's a little too wonky. But we can reuse a large portion of it. Hey Panda, how's it going? I was playing Daisy with one of my friends, and he only has Xbox. He doesn't have PC. So I was like, alright, well, I'll buy the PC. $60. $60 for that janky, wonky game on Xbox. I was playing on Xbox. The controls are abysmal. Like, the least intuitive thing you've ever seen. Unreal. And then besides that, the graphics are horrible on Xbox. There's like a lot of blinking textures, and like it's constantly having to load things on the fly and like slowing you down and pausing the game temporarily for like half a second. And then he died because he stepped on the fire, and he got a bug that made it so he couldn't bandage himself. And so I tried to bandage him, and I couldn't do it fast enough, and he died. And I was just like, this is like the worst experience. So, Daisy is like 10 years old. But, well, the latest version is something like... Yeah, but they're charging $60 for it. Like, take Doom, for example. If I go out and buy Doom, you can get it for like $5. When it first came out, it was like $30. And back then, there was no such thing as like a blockbuster $60 game. Because back then, it probably could have sold for $60. Asking $60 for that game is really inappropriate. Like, I'm thinking about like the first refund ever on Xbox. I just don't. The controls are the worst. You're sitting there and you're like, okay, I want to put I want to prepare the pumpkin. So you start cutting it up, and all of a sudden it disappears. Like it should appear in your hands, but it just disappears. And you're like, where the fuck did where the hell did it go? And you start looking in your bags and you don't see it because the game automatically put it on a stick that you didn't ask it to. So it's hiding on a stick somewhere in your inventory. I'm like, PC doesn't do that. Kron, what's up, man? How you doing? 11 years old, still sells on Z. Well, yeah. I mean, they're going for nostalgia, right? I mean, yeah, but Black Ops is an actual. Um, it doesn't have a lot of bugs, right? Like, there are very few bugs on those games. Like, they were made very well. DayZ is like a mod, so it has all the bugs that Arma 2 had, plus its own. It's just too buggy. It's just, that is unacceptable. It's very unacceptable. Convenient. Yeah, if you play COD Black Ops 1, I wouldn't want to pay $40 for it. That's for sure. That actually does kind of seem like silly. But yeah, I just can't get over that game's $60. And then they're like, "Oh yeah," and then the expansion's like 40. I'm like, no. I think they justify it because people play the game so much that it's like, well, it's $60, but you got 3,000 hours of play. And it's like, yeah, but I got 3,000 hours of play because it takes 7 hours to like properly gear your character. You know, like it takes so long to do anything in that game. That's why it's so many hours. But it's good game design, I guess. Making people travel everywhere. The walking simulator. Kron, how you doing, man? Kron's joined us on YouTubes. On the YouTubes. Maybe I should code something. I've been staring at it. Okay. So I guess I want to switch state for all the different enemy states there are. What do you guys think about the prices of games? Like, where do you draw the line where you're like, okay, I'm not paying $60 for that? Is it bugs? Is it the fact that no one will play? Like you're the only friend who bought it? Like, do you get refunds on games? I've actually never gotten a refund on a game. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that I've made them in the past, but even before then, like, I never refunded games. I just was like, alright, I fell for the marketing, it's my fault. Maybe that's stupid. People refund my games. I think the worst one is like 5% refunds or something, which is not, it's not abysmal. Generally speaking, you're gonna get 5 to 10% refunds on Steam. They even tell you that in their documentation. They're like, you're gonna get X number of refunds, and that's okay. Like, don't respond to it, don't fight it. Like, that's just the way people behave on Steam when they purchase things. The worst is when they buy it and then they cancel the credit card transaction, because that actually hurts. You actually lose money that's more than what they spent on the game. That's like the meanest thing they can do. You spent $6 on a few shitty games. Yeah, I think DayZ is good because of the role-playing capabilities are unique to it. So there's no other game where you can run around in a giant world, make campfires, cook your food, wring out your clothes, Manually load your guns, like uh, build a little base. You know, have people randomly come up to you, tie them up. Like, I think there are games that have copied DayZ. Like, there's some block game. It's not Roblox, but I think it's like Unturned or something. Is basically a copy of DayZ, but it's not really that. It's okay, but it's not great, and it's more silly than anything else. But yeah, you just can't get the experience anymore. So all it's going to take is some like young upstart to build a better version of that. And the hardest part will probably be the servers because they have so many servers. Alright, so case standing. This is an easy one. Maybe I should have woken up before I started. I'm so tired. I'm like typing like, why why does NMA of the state not work? Well, that's right. There's only one E. Our slugs were looking pretty good though. I can show you guys what it looks like, but they're pretty nice. I had them shooting 3 bullets at once, and the bullets glow, and I don't think I had them exploding when they hit the wall, but I need to do that. And I'm really happy with the slugs when they pop and die. Really happy with that. I already have that up here. I'm an idiot. Not very efficient today. Alright, so if he's standing still, what can happen when he's standing? So, decision timer gets to 40. Decide to reposition, or patrol, idle, or stand still. Check for aggressive. And I know if he gets shot, he becomes aggroed. Yeah, bullet hit enemy equals true. I don't think I should change passive ever. I don't like that. Because like the idea of passive is they can go back to being passive, but only if they have this stat. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, great. Check for aggressive. passive is false. Okay. So that's what standing is. This is one of the best ways to write code, by the way. Like, not actual code, but write it in English first. And then each piece you can just write the code for. Decision timer gets to 100. Decide. Go back to standing. Random decision timer below -40 to 0. You don't want your enemies to like all move at the same time. They'll start looking like they're a Congo line or something. Alright, what else we got? We got, I don't know if I want to do melee attacking right now. Let's do reposition. Pick nearby target. This will be like decision equals 1. Pick nearby target. And then it'll be move towards target. Oh, thank you very much. I think we might have had a follow and no, did I miss it? Wait, does Streamlabs not work right now? I heard the sound effect. I'm sorry. Oh, fudge. Fudge. Let me go to Twitch real quick. Thank you very much. I can get the, what do you call it? The updates. There's my notification. Oh, Duchara, thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. I was like, wait, I hear the machine gun, but I can't see anything. No! Did it show, the dude with the machine gun, like the Doom guy, and Bob the Builder's head on him? It used to do that, but I recently started streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And I'm not 100% sure whether that works anymore. I need to test it. I don't have it open recently. Thank you for following. I stream every weekend now. And I'm basically working on Blocked and Loaded 2. You don't think it showed anything? It just played the sound. It could be where it is. Yeah, it could be like it's off screen. Alright, I'll have to fix. I don't want to fix that while we're streaming, but yeah, I'll make a note. I need to fix that. Make a note. Yeah, man. Well, I don't know where to put my things, so it's not. Well, it's basically programming. I mean, I'm making a game. I've been programming for a long time, but there is no like programming video game channel. You know what I mean? So right now I'm working on fleshing out my enemy states, because what I had before was like this convoluted mess up here, and it was like using this integer to figure out what like stage the enemy was in, like what was his state, and it gets kind of confusing. It's very hard to troubleshoot, and I mean it works, but it's annoying. So I'm moving to this enum instead to track like what state is he mentally in, and then inside each of these I'll have some code with like a timer to decide when he does things. but the timer will have a different meaning based on which state he's in, which is the same thing as I did up there, but you'll actually be able to read it. It's a programming language, see? It's basically programming. But we tend to like talk about just a lot of random stuff, honestly. Like the chat will bring up things. It's not, it doesn't, you don't have to talk about Blocked and Loaded and what I'm working on, honestly. We're just talking about DayZ and the fact that they charge $60 for it on Xbox, which is ridiculous. Don't get me started. It drives me nuts. I just want to teach my friend how to play the game. I gotta spend $60, which I did. And then he stepped on a fire and died. I knew it happened too because he steps on the fire and then I hear I'm like, oh no, I know exactly what you did. Yeah, they put it on Xbox a while ago, I think. They put the version out that has like base building, so it has a lot of the mechanics, but like the controls, dude. Oh my god, I wanted to throw my controller. Like it's so weird. And like nothing is explained to you. Like if I was a new person playing that game, I would say do not play it on Xbox. Like the only reason I was even able to play is because I had played on PC and I understood what things meant on the screen. So like it'll show up like a box on your inventory screen and it'll have like a gun, right? And then it'll say 26. And you're like, what the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. Is it my bullets? Is it the weight? You know what it is? It's the number of slots it takes up. But your inventory screen doesn't show any slots. Instead, it just shows a couple of boxes for the items you currently have and how many slots they take up. There's no concept. There's no concept of what these numbers mean. There's no way to visualize it or anything. And on the PC version, you have slots in your inventory like a checkerboard, and the gun shows up in the slots. So you know it takes up that much space. But in the Xbox version, they just show a number. And I'm like trying to explain it to him, and it's so unwieldy, you know? And then like the other thing they do is they have like your clothing, right? Your clothing is like in a box, and it doesn't, all it has is a little symbol that shows the quality that's like colored, like green, red, whatever. But you have to mouse over it. Well, I say mouse, but really like put a cursor over it on the screen. And then you have to wait about 2 seconds, and all of a sudden a pop-up will appear that says like damp. You know, things that matter to you, like whether the clothing's wet or not, the insulation level, all this stuff that you need to know. And so like to go through your inventory and figure out like what your status is on each of your inventory items takes like 30 seconds. Oh, okay. So no, but you didn't play Xbox. You didn't play Xbox. So when you play on PC, you just but on PC you just put your mouse over it, instantly shows you the information. On Xbox, you have to sit there and wait. And you're sitting there for like 2-3 seconds, like, when's it going to show me the data? And then you got to do it for like 16 items? It's ridiculous. It's almost like they made it so that unless you played the game on PC, you had no chance. Like, the game's already has a steep learning curve, you know? And then to add all these... So my poor friend was just like, I have no idea what's happening. Like he's running around with his pants in his hand. How do I put them on? It was actually hilarious. Help! Can you put them on me for me? Oh my god, it was so funny. I remember at one point he got so frustrated, he just like he threw the fishing rod and the hook and the worm at me. He was like, "Just please do it for me. I'm starving. Please, just get me fish." Yeah, but like I had never played either, so I'm like fumbling through, reading the controls at the bottom, trying to figure it out. And it was nothing was intuitive. Like they'd used a different button for the same idea multiple times. I was just like, this is so silly. Eventually, I was like, all right, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, my head hurts. I'm getting a headache trying to eat this pumpkin. All right. Let's see. So for reposition, he picks a target. He moves toward the target. If he gets there early, go to standing. Have a limit. He repositions. Okay. Go to standing. Or what was the other option? Because he might be aggressive, so he might not be wanting to just stand there. Or pursuit. This is like the proper way to do this. They told the community they would release it in 2016, 2017? Oh, okay. Okay. Look, I think they're doing their best. I actually think they're kind of a small team, and that they can't handle the sheer number of issues and bugs. And I know what that's like. I work on a software team. Like, I know how hard it is to deliver a product, and like what happens to your development cycle when you have a lot of bugs. And I think fundamentally their issues are based on the mod that they started with. And the Arma 2 or 3 or whatever it is has its own bugs. So you can't fix that. Like, you can't go in and fix that code. You're only working with the mod code. So I think if they really want to solve their problems and fix their issues, they've got to get off of that mod and build their own damn game. And after 10 years, like, just go get another game. Like, just go make a new game. Call it DayZ 2. Start over. Start from the ground up. And fix it. Yeah. No, like so many other games. Like so many other games that I can think of, like StarCraft and not World of Warcraft, but Warcraft 3. Like, modders made the game special. You know, if it weren't for the modders, no one would still play some of those games. And DayZ is no different. Like, the DayZ standalone game is fun, but the community servers and their mods are what make people continue to play forever. Like, that's something special. Like, they definitely want to hang on to that. But I think they gotta go to a new platform. They gotta build their own platform. You know, they gotta man up. They've made lots of money. Like, they gotta reinvest and make something better. They have a great IP and a wonderful fan base that will stick with them. You know, like, they have all the ingredients to just sit there and be like, okay, our game is fine. The bugs are acceptable. Like, the fact that we don't have our own platform, that we're still kind of a mod, is that's just wrong, you know? Like, I almost don't want to support that. Like, that is, it's kind of silly. But I tell you what, if I was the modding team that made that, I'd be pretty happy right now, you know, with how successful they were. And like I said, there's a lot of pluses. We were talking about it earlier. There's a lot of pluses to that game outside of all the issues it has. Like, it is probably the best role-playing experience you can have. Yes, it does. I think it's a little limited though. I think the PC is more expansive on the mods, but there are certain mods that people like rely on, like the base building one and like getting the code locks and things. Some of the different ghillie suits. Like people rely on those mods, and they are available on Xbox. Yeah. All right. So patrolling. What the hell did I mean by patrolling? Oh, that's just randomly moving? Well, that's not repositioning. Okay, I get why I did that now. I wanted reposition and patrolling to be the same thing, but reposition is when you're attacking and patrolling is when you're not aggro, so I can change this then. I could make these the same thing, and then if they're aggroed, they behave differently, but it's fine. It's fine. No, I haven't. I've only played the vanilla game. Like, I think I have 1,000 hours or something. Playing the vanilla game. I wanted to get to the point where I could like kill people pretty consistently when they attacked me. Like, I tend to not attack first. I like being passive, and I like talking to people in the game, and 9 times out of 10 when people are willing to talk, they're kind of new. So they're not really a threat anyway, and you can like have fun talking to them. Um, it's always interesting to see what people don't understand about the game, and then they tell you like I've had guys come up to me and like start talking to me about how much they know about the game, and like trying to lecture me on what I should be doing, or you have a cold, here, take these pills, and they're like the wrong pills, or yeah, you just play along like, oh, thanks, man. Friendly shot, you were dead. um I don't yell friendly. So the way I do it is I only talk to people if I have the upper hand and I know they can't hurt me. If they can hurt me and they have a gun out, then I'm shooting them. You know, especially if they're like crouching. It's like the most like aggressive stance they can be, except pointing the gun at me. But if they're just running around with like a weapon, I stay at a distance and I say hello. If they have a gun out and you know they're not wearing like a protective vest and a helmet, I'll talk to them like from behind a wall. But like I'll talk to people with guns out if I'm totally safe and they already know where I am. But if I have the jump on somebody and they look like they're trying to kill people, I'll just kill them. Like, come on, you can't be stupid about it. What do we got left? I'm not doing melee right now. We didn't do pursuit. So it's basically every 15 frames, re-find the target. Move towards target. Reach the target. And melee. Or go to standing. Or reposition or pursuit. This is good. I actually might be able to take this this logic and just apply it to all enemies. Like I could give them different mindsets and just to have like little quirks per enemy. But like if you do this right, it works for every enemy. You're a churn. Oh, you watch JLK, don't you? I saw that too. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I mean it's definitely not possible on vanilla servers because the people are too aggressive and they don't have mics. But on a RP server, you could do it for sure. I think that's hilarious. That's really cool. Yeah, I like the RP servers better. I get tired of being sniped on the vanilla servers. Like that's all people do, and like you get used to like figuring out where they snipe from so you can kill them. But it's just annoying that they do it. Like you don't have to sit in a bush for 10 hours a day waiting for people to run by. Like that is so stupid. Everyone finds their own fun, I guess. What do we have left? Did I do idling? I did idling. I think I'm done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I just have melee attack, which I'm not going to do right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need ranged attack. And then I'm done. And then we can actually write the code, which is already kind of written, so it'll be a lot of copy and paste. And then we'll see the slugs run around and shoot at us, hopefully. Start attack. Shoot bullets. Play attack. End attack. Wait a bit. Go to pursuit or reposition. Makes me wonder if I should have a not a state, but like a function to be like, hey, do I want to do XYZ? Do I want to patrol? Do I want to shoot? Do I want to melee? Because if I make this generic enough, like I said, I can do it for all enemies, which would be really convenient. Post equals this. Post? What is post? Post, I don't know what post is. Oh, this is best post APOC RP experience you can ever have. What, the Cherno Taxi? Oh, to be honest with you, I had no idea you were a bad English speaker. I thought you were pretty good. Oh, RP servers, okay. Yeah, like, I like the idea of, the RP server. I kinda do want to do that. I wanted to experience the game, you know, like the way it was meant to be with the vanilla. But I'm starting to think that the way it was meant to be is the RP servers. Like, here's the problem with the game, okay? And Nomalesque takes care of this a little bit. The problem with DayZ, fundamentally, is that the environment is not threatening enough. Because, like, human beings, when they have a common enemy, will band together. And they will forget their differences. They won't be loot hungry. They'll realize they need each other to survive. The problem with DayZ is you don't need each other to survive. Unique name, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining me on YouTube. If DayZ were to make the enemies stronger, if zombies could open doors, I don't think they necessarily need to be more in number. They just need to be more intimidating. Like if it's 2v1, you're like done. Like that kind of intimidating. Then players would not shoot each other in towns because they'd be terrified of the zombies killing them. Like you just the nature itself needs to be a bigger threat if you want to have a real post-apocalypse scenario. Instead, what you have is just like a bunch of bandits running around because they have no fear. You know, it's not the same thing. Like someone who chooses to be a bandit in like an apocalypse scenario, they're taking a big risk because they don't have friends to rely on to get them out of jams. In DayZ, there aren't a lot of jams. Like people, when they first play the game, they struggle, and you know the weather kills them, and you know they drink from a well, or I mean not a well, like a lake, and they die from bacteria, and they die to a bear or something. But you get to a point where like none of this is threatening absolutely none of it, and the only threat is the other people. And that's the problem with the game. There's this nice point in the game where like you're kind of figuring it out, and you're still like threatened by all these elements that I just mentioned, and that's like the perfect moment in the game, the most fun part of it. And then you get to the point where it just doesn't matter. It's just so easy. Like it's so easy to survive. Like you're never dying on the coast unless it's a player, and that's just like I think that's a missed opportunity by the devs, is that they didn't make the environment scary enough. And it doesn't even have to be really that dangerous. It just has to have the potential to be dangerous. For example, you could have some random event where a monster appears and the players have to work together to kill it, or it's going to kill them. And all of a sudden, the random killing of other players will stop because people realize they need each other to survive. Like that, to me, that's what's lacking in DayZ. If you go into DayZ and you want to be a bandit, it is the game for you. Like, there's no better game for holding people up, poisoning them, and there's also no better game for going on an adventure, like, with your friend, and, like, building campfires, and cooking food, and wringing out your clothes, and, like, all these little RP elements are really special. But like I said, like, if you don't know somebody, you just like meet up with them. It's very rare that you actually work together or anything. No RP servers? I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly. Something I said then. Thanks for joining me on YouTube, guys. I appreciate it. YouTube and Twitch. Let's go. It's so weird being on both. It really is. I like it though. The only thing I gotta fix is the damn Twitch emotes and things now don't show up right. I hope the stickers still work. I don't know. Decision timer. I could just say equal. Wow, 11K, Mr. Fancy Pants. Pain is at 11K, holy crap. What should I do with channel points? What do you think? Did I ever add anything to that, like last year when I was streaming more regularly? We got this. Oh, yeah, I did the read a paragraph in evil voice. Forgot about that. And song request video. That's right. Dude, you the man. You the man. Let's see, he can go patrolling. He can go idling. Or he can go back to standing. See how much easier it is to write code when you plan it out? So much nicer. Let's see. Patrolling will be 30% chance. Idling would be a 30% chance. There you go. Alright. So that's him standing. Now we also need to play some animations and things. So if enemies dot decision timer is equal to 1, we'll play the standing animation. Let's bring up the game. Just double check this. I think I already did it up here though. But yeah, Duchara, if you want to check out the games I've made, on Steam, if you go to Rogue Party 2. No, here, I'll give you an example. So that's the last game that I published on Steam called Rogue Party 2. And there's an indie bundle that has all of my Steam games currently, if you want to check them out. And I also have a pretty active Discord, if you want to check that out. And you can give me ideas for games. Oh, watch out for kitties, though. Where? Where? Yeah, I'm working on the melee attack, by the way, Panda. I saw your comment. Alright, so we need this guy. This is Slug standing. And then we want to change his moving to false. And let me just double check that. What does his animation look like? Is moving is true. Okay, so we'll do is moving is false so he doesn't get out of there. The main reason I thought of that was because in the OG game I kept killing myself with a bazooka and from the flying dudes. Yeah, so in the original game, like you'd be on the ground and your character would be here and these flying squares. Someone made a paper mache of him, by the way. And they sent it to. I thought it was so cool. They made like a paper mache of that guy. I was like, "There's fan art of my game. This is amazing." Anyway, he'll be flying up here, and when you get within a certain range of him, he comes down. So what Panda is saying is he's got his bazooka out, and the guy flies down. He fires and he kills himself. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just really funny. Hey, at least there's no real penalty in that game when you die. Your dis already? Oh, you're going to do a game jam. That's awesome. You going to pull an all-nighter? Oh, you're on my disc. That's right. You know, Tuchara, I'm actually, I recognize your name. I wasn't 100% sure, but I have seen your name here before. It is definitely unique. So you should plan what you're gonna do a little bit. Like, I'll give you an example. In the game jam, are they gonna tell you the genre of the game? Are they gonna tell you it's a 3D game, it's a first-person shooter? Like, what are they going to tell? Are they going to say post-apocalyptic go? Or are they going to say something like Christmas theme go? Or are they going to say, make a 3D platformer like Minecraft, have this, this, and this? Like, how restrictive is it? Because if it's kind of generic, you should pre-plan what you're going to do. Like, you should have a list of things you want to have and execute them as quickly as possible. It's a bit crazy. I need more details, man. I need more deets. Give me the deets. What's going on? Got 2 idols here. Themes are not generic. Okay, but they have to have something that they tell you. Like, they're not going to say just make a game, right? What do they tell you to do? Okay. Okay, make a game. Okay. You should predefine what your game's going to be. And it should be something you've made before, honestly. As best you can. Like, if you want to finish in time, like, you should... okay, let's say it's going to be make a game out of a meme. You could make a Flappy Bird out of anything, for example. So if you wanted to make a Flappy Bird game, you could take the face of the meme and the sound effects of the meme and just make a Flappy Bird clone. Like, it depends on what you want to do. But you should kind of, like, get in your mind, what are the things I'm going to build? And even if you don't do it before the jam, at the start of the jam, I would write down a list of executable things that you're going to do. And it could be as simple as a game menu. I want to have a game menu. What do I want in the menu? I want to have a gameplay loop. What does my loop look like? I want to have a win condition. I want to have a lose condition. Like, very basic stuff. You can write that all down, because I think part of the struggle with a game jam is there's so much jammed into a small period of time. You don't have time to redo everything if you mess it up. So just plan a little bit as best you can, and then the execution will just be, you know, going through the motions of executing it. Kind of like what I'm doing here. Like, I look at all this planning I've done for this code. Like, it's all written out exactly what's going to happen. Now I'm just copying and pasting in sections of code that I need, and I have a plan. When I wrote the slug stuff last weekend, I had no plan. I just winged it until it worked and tweaked it. And, like, I still kind of want to redo this. Like, I think some of these arrows are unnecessary. Like, the slug idle, when it ends, he's in a position where he's already in the standing position. So really what I should do is just delete these and say, okay, when the idle ends, I'll just make him play the standing animation. Like, I should probably redo that. The reason I did it this way is because you want to transition sometimes. Like, when you're moving, you don't know when he's going to stop moving. So he could be in the middle of wiggling his butt when he's got to go back to standing. So having a transition means that it'll smoothly go back to the standing animation. But for any animation where it ends the same as the next one begins, there's no reason to even have a transition. So I think I'm going to get rid of these. And just play the animation. Like, as I think about it out loud. What have you done the game jam before? I actually have not done them. Although I think why use old version of Unity? How old is it? What do you mean? I'm on 2019 1.8. I update it when it says update. I think I updated last week. Is there like a new version that I should be using, you think? Dude, I'm barely getting used to this one, man. I just started with this one. Ugh, they keep changing it on me. I'm not the best at keeping up with the technology, I'll be perfectly honest. I focus more on just making the damn game. Uh, but do I have to like reinstall it, or will it just update automatically? Because it'll pop up and say like, do you want to update? And I say yes, sometimes. Sometimes not. Oh. Is it free? Yeah, but everyone's gonna leave me in the dust. I'll be out of date. Where's the damn idle animations? Come back up here. Where's idle? There we go. Let's see. By the way, how's the music? I've been playing a different track today because I'm trying not to get my YouTube videos immediately yoinked. Sucks. Twitch is better about it than YouTube. YouTube just freaking yoinks your whole video if you use any kind of music that's copyrighted. What do you mean there is no? That's not true. What are you talking about? It's right there. You got music playing. Wait, hang on. Alright, am I like super loud compared to it maybe? It's playing right there. Music is I think Panda, I think I'm too quiet on your screen. Oh, trippy, trippy. Music equals true, Panda. Music equals true. Damn it. Music is true, I swear. Wild music, Marco code. Third person. Why is this all wonky right now? Why are you mad at me? Cannot fall through. Oh, jeez Louise. Stop being mad. I don't like when you're red. Thank you. Jeez. Alright, if it's 0, then blah blah blah. I turned you up to almost blowout speakers and I barely hear it. Okay, let me, does anyone else have that problem? Oh, did the music actually stopped? It just stopped, like just now. I think it's loading an advertisement. Let's do focus music. Let's do that. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, 9 hours. Okay. We can turn up a little bit. And see, right now it's down there. I have it capped so that it's never louder than me. How about now, Panda? Are you getting some nice vibes? See, Duchara, when you're writing your code for your game jam and you're trying to stay awake, you can turn on stream. And I can help you stay awake. You can hear it now? Okay. Honestly, Panda, it may not have been your fault. Just kidding. I'm playing. Alright. Go back to standing. Random -4. Yeah, I guess I could do that. This part right here I don't like. If I'm gonna do that. Okay. We'll do it in here. And we'll say is equal to random -40 0. And the reason I do that, well, maybe a little higher actually, is so your enemies like randomize when they make decisions. Otherwise, they all look like they're in a Congo line or something as they all move together in sync. You need to stay motivated. Well, like I said, like have a plan. Like make something that you know how to make. Right? A lot of these game jammers, they're making a game that they've already made before. They're just doing a new theme. Dream of Storm, what's up? I always know it's you because of that Vohayo. Vohayo. Got quite a lot of people in today. We've had a bunch, like both on YouTube and Twitch. People popping in. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. All right. I think we have standing done. We have idling done. We probably need to have a thing up here for if aggro is false and passive is false. Look for enemies. Probably gonna put it outside of the slug. Three Five Nights at Freddy's clones? They're not clones! Hey, my game actually works. His game was random. They just randomly show up at the door. No, I'm just kidding. No, so One Night You're Crazy, I'm assuming 99% of people who play it have no idea how the game works, and they're just like randomly doing things like opening the door and shutting it. But the way the game worked is like there were paths between all the rooms, and the enemies can only move one space at a time. So let me just redo this. There's a little hallway that you can't see, and the enemies can only get to it from 2 squares. So like if you're looking out at the cameras and you see there's a bad guy here and there's a bad guy here, they have no way to get to you. So it's a puzzle game. It's like a timing puzzle game. You're supposed to look around, spot where they are, and then wait until they get close enough, and then you start worrying about having to shut the door. But the way people played it is they'd look at the cameras and like Five Nights at Freddy's, they just close the doors as a precaution and then open them. And it's like, guys, you don't have to do that. It's a puzzle game. And then when the enemies start to move faster and they can actually get to you quicker, you have to realize that, like, if the bad guy's here, he can get to here and then to you within like 10 seconds. So if you're looking at the cameras for too long and you're not seeing them, you should just shut the door because they're probably right on top of you by then. So in that case, that's okay. But it's a puzzle game. It's not like, some people still play it to this day, and they have tons and tons of hours on it because they've realized it's a puzzle game and not a horror game. Like, the horror is just like to make it sell better. Exuberant amount of microtransactions. You also go with Activision format of just changing the assets without any of the gameplay and sell it again. Well, that's kind of what I think some game jams are. Like, they get caught sometimes, but a lot of game jams, they're just reskinning their game. Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, I think there was very little gambling. Oh, the gambling's kind of nasty, man. Gambling is it's addicting. It's very addicting, and I mean, games are addicting, right? Thanks, Tuchara. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with your game jam. Let me know how it goes. All right, standing. Exuberant microtransactions. That was funny, dude. Bye, Duchara. Bye. Can he build it? Yes, he can. Yeah. When he comes in the chat saying he's working on his game jam, we're gonna play Bob the Builder to cheer him up as he cries late into the night. No, I'm just kidding. All right, repositioning. So right off the bat, we're going to find a nearby target. Let's see how I did it up here. Find nearest enemy. I worked on games when I was like 14 years old on QBasic, and it's always just been a hobby. I never worked as a hobby on anything else. I did have a World of Warcraft blog that blew up and had like 12,000 subscribers. And that's probably the only other big thing that I've done besides make games. You know, other than like what I do for work. Yeah, I miss the good old days of the having a blog and like I think I helped a lot of people. Honestly, I got comments from people that I actually helped them with like their finances, because like one of the things I focused on with the WoW blog was like how to manage your gold in the game and like not spend it frivolously, how to save it, how to like purchase the right things that you actually needed, and like understand the underpinnings of the game and how it worked. And I actually had people comment like, we started saving money in real life after watching your videos. It made us feel bad that we were spending frivolously. But yeah, it was a good time. People actually got married on my forums. How crazy is that? I think it happened twice that people met each other in that community. It was really cool. I mean, I guess I could try doing something like that for game developers again. Like build a little community with a forum and like a workshop and blog about game development. I don't know. It's a lot of time though. Like I was making a video every day. I was writing a post every day. I was very consistent with it, which I'm not right now with what I do. And It was a lot of time, and I eventually got to the point where it's like, okay, I got to choose. Is this my path in life, or am I going to stick with my day job? And I ended up sticking with the day job. And this music is perfect for these reminiscing. What could have been? As the piano softly plays in the background. It's perfect. But I'm happy where I am right now. I think I would love to be a little more talented on the graphics end. And maybe it's worth it to stop coding and just focus on graphics for a little bit, but I haven't gotten there yet. My day job currently is I work as a defense contractor. I'm a software engineer. But I focus more on systems and how do I get a bunch of seemingly random code baselines to work together. Like we'll have software over here has to talk to software over there, and they gotta talk to this hardware over here, and how do they all link together, and how does their software run and function properly, and how do they communicate with one another. So I'm not like a network guy, although I know so much about it from all the problems I've dealt with. But I am more of a software guy. They're all right now. Thanks, man. Yeah, Unity does a lot for me, especially with lighting. I think lighting is really important in games. Like, just in general, like, when you're gaming, the sound and the visuals are so important to the experience. And you can make a fun game without those things, but it's very hard for it to become popular because people are drawn to the better quality games, even if the quality games aren't better. Like, they're just drawn to them, and it's easier to market them. Need more coffee. It's way too early to need more coffee. I think I'm hurting from last night. We were on Xbox playing Daisy, showing my friend how to play, and just like wanting to kill ourselves with those controls. Oh my god. Luckily we didn't run into players. If we ran into other players, we would have gotten killed instantly. I would have been like fumbling for setting my hotkey for my pickaxe. Alright, we've been staring at the same thing. What am I doing here? Pick nearby target. How was I doing it here? This is a random nearby position. I don't want that. I want an actual target. This is what I want. I have to chop it up, but this is what I want. I gotta remake the slug code, and I might actually write this so that it works for every enemy. I've been thinking about it. You would just have like a bunch of variables for all the differences between the enemies, but you'd end up running with the exact same code for all of them, which would be nice. One of the main things that has improved more quality of life, but the fact that the games are correct aspect ratios and such. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And to your credit, like as a, not just you, but also like as a community, like you guys have been very kind in your criticisms. Like you coach it well. My modeling's got, oh, thanks, man. I took a course, like not a course, but I took a bunch of YouTube videos to heart, and I just watched them carefully, and I looked at speed modeling specifically. I started watching speed modeling videos, and the reason I did that is because when somebody is modeling quickly, they are doing the bare minimum to make it work. And so what I'd do is I'd pause speed making videos, and I'd look at what buttons they were hitting, and I'd write down the hotkeys, and then I'd start using them. And I particularly like this one guy. If I can find him again, I'll share the link. But if I can think of his name. He did like a speed modeling of different blockhead characters, and that's where I learned how to make like the Scarlet blockhead character that has a bone system, and it taught me a lot about how the bones actually work and how they are mapped automatically. And to rely on the automatic mapping instead of doing everything by hand, which is what I was doing. Um, well, it's more like I'm not explaining it well because I'm not allowed to tell you what it is. But if I'm like two pieces of software and they were written separately, so they don't know about each other, what I'll do is I'll write the interface. I'll write the interface that lets them talk to each other, and vice versa. So it's a lot of like signal data, like sending bytes over a network or over a serial line. But talking about like TCP/IP network stuff, like I might say, okay, I need to pass a variable. Let's keep it like to gaming, so it'll be like life and ammo, and they're integers, and I'm gonna pass the data. And let's say over here he's got a container for the life and a container for the ammo. But it was written by a software developer over here that's different from the one over here. So they might store this as an int over here and a float over here. So I've got to like map it out and figure out how it works and like how to send it back properly. And that's probably about as best of an explanation as I can give you in the gaming analogy. But you have to write code routines and find ways for the software to talk to each other because they weren't designed to talk to each other. So it's incorporating all these pieces to make this much larger product. And it's got hardware involved with it. It's not just software. And then there's software running on servers and virtual machines, and everything's kind of mixed up. And you create like these environments to run your software in that are different for like a tester or an operational guy, or like you break them up into different environments. Now all of a sudden you're managing many environments with this software that has to be updated over time. And so it becomes like this big convoluted thing, and the software engineer's job is to make it manageable. That's really their job. It's basically like it's software programming, but with a much bigger purpose than just complete this task for me. It's complete this task and understand the impact on the entire system. It's not hacky. You're writing software to make two pieces of software talk to each other, and if you make it hacky, it won't work right. You have to make interfaces, and sometimes you've no control over the software that you're getting because you're buying it from someone, and in order to support it, you can't just modify it. So what you'll do is you'll take the values that they're giving you in the format that they prefer, and then you'll send it to someone else in a different format. But you're using, the socket connections and the functions that are built into the software already. You're not recreating that. You're just creating something in the middle. It can be hacky at times. Like some people are really bad at it, and they write it in such a way that the software will get an update, and now it'll break your stuff. You have to be very careful. And then there's so many elements to it, man. It's so complicated. Like you got to worry about like viruses and like protecting your system, and it's really insane. Like when you think about how big it is, like you're talking millions of lines of code here. This is not like small pieces of software, and it's a lot to take in, let alone what the technology does. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not supposed to tell you what it is. So, obviously, I'm using like vague terms on purpose, but it's a lot of like working with other people to understand what they really want, and then understanding the big picture to correct them when they don't understand what they really want. But yeah, I'm pretty good at it. Like I've definitely risen in the ranks there. I'm happy with it. The last 4 years have been big, which meant I also didn't have a lot of time for making games. Rogue Party was a fluke. The fact that I was able to bang that out so quickly while streaming it, it would have been a lot faster if I hadn't streamed it, but I was happy I streamed it. I met a lot of cool people. Right. Well, I was getting a target, right? And I thought I copied it, but now I forget. Find nearest enemy, was that it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, this is what I need. So, what am I doing here? I'm resetting his target. And I don't need this anymore. There you go. What are you mad about? Oh, it's up here. I already did it! I got confused, I'm sorry. Alright, I gotta take out some of this stuff. Blah blah blah. If you're repositioning, you're aggressive. So, repo equals aggroed. So I don't need to do this stuff. I don't need to do passive. Find nearest enemy. If passive. Yeah, I don't blame you for coming to that conclusion with the description I give. Actually, wait, I just need to set aggro to false. The passive doesn't matter. If he can't find a target, he's just not aggroed anymore. Is moving is false? I guess I can set him to standing. Right here. Okay. And then if he did find someone to attack, now he's got to make a decision about what to do. So he's either going to pursue or do a ranged attack. And this is why maybe I need one more state that's like decide what to do, kind of. Otherwise, every one of these is going to end with the same exact code. Yeah, let's do that. It's going to be a one frame decision, but I don't want to have to do it over and over again. Decide. Make decision with aggro. That's so long. Make decision without aggro. I thought I planned this out well, but it looks like I missed a step. So you're either going to stand, idle, or patrol. And then for aggro, you're either going to ranged attack, melee attack, if close enough. That should probably be first. Excuse me, reposition. And that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's go. Probably my least favorite part of the job is people don't always document what they're doing well, and so years will go by and then you're told to work on something. It's like, wait, they didn't actually write down what they did, so now I've got to like reverse engineer what they did. And like I said, you're working with software that you didn't write, so sometimes you can't even see the code. You don't have access to it, so you just have like the result, which can be quite painful to figure out. You have to like call the company, call the people who wrote it, and just pick their brains and explain what you're seeing, but you can't reveal to them what you're using it for, so that adds another layer of like confusion to it. You always document? Do you use OneNote? OneNote is the best. Oh, this is wrong. This is all wrong. Need to find a random target for reposition. I didn't remember writing it. It took me 5 times the time because I did a poor job documenting it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about for sure. So OneNote is amazing. I'll just say that. It lets you like just copy and paste anything you want into a almost like a journal, and it can have tabs. So what I do is like I create a tab and I name it something I'm gonna like search for, like a general topic that I'm working on, and then inside at the very top of the OneNote I just write down a whole bunch of things I would type in to search for that topic. Like, because let's say there was a particular server that the issue was on, or particular name of a piece of software. I'd write it at the top, and then I would search my giant OneNote of all the issues I've worked and all the notes I've taken regarding how things work or whatever, or like where a document is, or like who's the point of contact, that kind of thing. And I would search for it in the OneNote, and then it would come up with the pages that, you know, are related. And so if you like organize it well and you make it searchable, OneNote is amazing. When I left my last position, I gave the guy my OneNote, and it solved like 99% of his problems, because he could look at, like, I would put emails in the OneNote that people sent me, or like context for the problem, because I can't remember anything. And like a month later, if I had to go back, I'd forget all that stuff. We use Trello. Oh, they don't follow the regulations. Yeah. You don't have to spend a lot of time to properly document what you're doing. You can just, like, let's say your boss sends you an email, and he explains the problem to you. I take that email and I put it in the OneNote. And then you find a wiki page that explains the problem as well. Take it out of the wiki page, copy and paste it into the OneNote. Doesn't take a lot of time to do this. And you don't even have to like copy the contents. You can just copy a link. And so if you were to reinvestigate the problem, or you can like see how like your solution process basically from all these links. Like, all right, I went here, then I went here, I tried this, and I tried this, and then boom, it worked. And you can like follow the story of what happened in the OneNote. And like, as long as you like keep everything vertically based, so like the top is the beginning and the bottom's the end, like you don't move around and stuff. You make it so that people can easily follow your mindset and how you chose to fix the problem. So like my OneNotes are like legendary. Like they're enormous. They're gigantic files. You know, the one I gave the guy was like hundreds of pages, and each page was like a story that he could follow. And there's other ways to document things, but I found OneNote because of its flexibility and because of how it automatically will copy links. So like if I take a section of a web page and I paste it into my OneNote, it will store a link to the web page underneath the content. So a person who wants more context can click on the link and see where I got the information from. Trasapico, how's it going, man? I use OneNote, but always have the issue that it doesn't find the search string, even though it's in there in the tab. Is not online based, still use it, but the search is no use in this instance for me. Oh, that's weird, man. I do have some issues with the searching. You can't use certain characters properly. It doesn't search them, but here's something cool. If you paste an image into OneNote, it will allow you to search text in that image if it's readable enough. If it's the right quality, OneNote can actually parse text out of images, which is really cool, like really powerful. I think they're running with, if not the latest version of OneNote, I think it's sooner than 2013. The other thing is when you search in OneNote, you have to specify that you're looking in all notebooks or you're looking at all tabs. If you're in a tab and you hit Control F, you are only searching in that tab. And what's weird is if you click on another tab and immediately search again, you search all notebooks. It's so weird. So you might have like a weird problem like that bug. But basically what you want to do is you hit Control F. At the top right, there should be a drop-down arrow that lets you change the search to everything, and you can do it that way. But yeah, there's like a bug in it. It defaults to like the tab you're on instead of all tabs. It's kind of annoying. It can be a little clunky in that way, but like the end result, if you get it to work, is pretty nice. Yeah, that's weird, man. It might be a 2013 bug. I don't know. But good on you for using OneNote. I think if you just use something, that's what matters. Something that's searchable. If you use something that's searchable, you can pass it on to future people. And if it's something that you can just copy and paste the contents into, that means it doesn't take a lot of time. One of the chief complaints about documentation is people are like, it takes too long. I gotta go back through everything I did. No, you're already wrong. Do it as you go. Copy and pasting takes 5 seconds. Like, it doesn't take a lot of effort. You're not like presenting this to people, you know what I mean? It's the only version I think that is desktop based. Can you get a version that isn't on the web? Oh, I use the desktop version. Yeah, I don't use I think you need a Microsoft not account, but like Microsoft Office. I think you need to purchase it, and then you can have like the company did it for me. I'm not gonna spend money on my own OneNote. I don't need OneNote on my desktop like at home, but I need it at work because it's just so much information. Oh my god, I've lost track of what we're doing again. I'm so bad at this. So we added these new decision-making things. That's fine. Okay, reposition. Thank God I still had it on my copy paste because I forgot what I was doing. So what I think is desktop. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just using what the company gave me. I can next time I'm at work, I'll look at like the version number. But yeah, having something you can pass on is really important for posterity and for your own safety and health. Like remembering, I can't remember anything, man. I gotta make, like, especially with IPs, like I have to make spreadsheets of all the IPs and ports, and like where software runs and what, because the guys who do the networking have to rely on you to tell them like, hey, you got to open up this firewall so that I can talk to this computer on this port. And you know, if you change the firewall again, every time you do that, I lose my connection. So you have to like define these things for them, because for some reason they don't view it as part of their job description. So you always want your documentation. I think documentation is the wrong word, and the better word is notes. Nobody questions taking notes, but documentation, like management, perks up like, hey, wait, that takes too much time. Yeah, exactly. The hardest thing is just breaking it up into different pages, like not having one giant page. Like I have one page for contacts. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I have one. I do have a page called miscellaneous, but what I try to do is every once in a while take stuff out of the miscellaneous and either create a new page for it or get it in the right page. But it does. You do end up with a miscellaneous tab that's always kind of big, because some things just don't, are like one-time, one-off notes that you're taking that you just want to be able to search later, but they're not really related to anything. It's gone forever because the IT person manager deleted an account from the company email without informing someone before. Ooh. See, that sucks. But it is an opportunity for someone else to remake it and learn how it worked. But yeah, that's not good. That's not good. The most important spreadsheet is a bad thing to hear anyway. The fact that there's only one. It's gone forever. You can't wait. Why can't you roll back to a previous day where it existed? Are you saying because none of you can like access it, like it had a password or something? That sucks. That really sucks. This music is perfect, by the way. It's like so chill. So freaking chill. Alright. So you find your random target after you found it. I don't think I need to do... I need to play the moving animation, I think, immediately. Let's see, what was the moving animation again? Select move. Else you're moving. And then I need to check whether or not he reached his target. So where do I do that? Up here? Oh, I think this should be done up there. Yeah, the ground check should be part of every enemy. I'm just looking for where I find like the target, and then say, okay, I'm too close. I need to reevaluate. I don't think I do it. Oh, right here. I don't want to reinvent the wheel here. I'm just gonna take what I already used. Yeah, one of the keys to this is making sure you don't do a lot of math every frame. You start multiplying out, like, alright, there's 30 enemies, there's 300 bullets. Like, you start doing too many calculations per frame, and stuff will slow down and your FPS will crash. So one of the things I do is like I do like a mod to say, okay, I'm only going to do this every 10 frames. It was on Google. Ooh, that's painful. I managed to recover most of the really important data, but from time to time I realized my spreadsheets are still missing info that I can't really get from anywhere. Oh, it had the $ thing where it points to another spreadsheet. Oh. Oh, that hurts, man. See, we work in an environment where it's shut off from the world, so like it's very hard for us to lose things. Like if something does get deleted, we roll everything back. Like we don't store things on a cloud. We have a cloud, but we're not using it yet. How long should they patrol for? Every 50 frames is a second. How about 3 seconds? Oh my god, I can't spell! Dissertation. Now I tied the new spreadsheet to the account of the CEO. Ain't no way his account would be deleted. Plus there are... Alright, watch out for scandals. Plus there are 3 independent scripts copying it to local machines every week. I'm not about to force myself on a recovery mission again. Not like this. Not like this. You probably have nightmares of that stuff, man. I'm trying to think of like similar scenarios where like something catastrophic is happening. Well, that in that case it already happened, right? Like you're reacting to it. But like I'm thinking of like Y2K when people had to worry about the future. Like, okay, at this point in time, all of our data, all of our date data, is stored in a certain size variable. And when we get to the year 2000, we don't have a way to display that because our numbers only count the number of seconds since 1960, and once you get to 2000, it's too big, or 1970, whatever it is. So they had to like redo all their software to use a larger variable. So all their databases had to be redefined. All the software that like had defined it as a certain size value had to be redefined. And they had to push it out. The nice part about it was they could push out the fixes prior to that date. It would have been a real mess if they had to wait till like the second before they had to go down for like some time prior to it. But everyone like made a big deal about it. But when you plan ahead and you realize what an issue is going to be, human beings are pretty good at figuring out the problem. Like, you remember Y2K, how crazy it was? Like, people talking about it? Some of you might be too young, but like, when 2000 rolled around, like, people were scared that like airplanes were going to fall out of the sky and your bank wouldn't work anymore and you'd lose your money, and like, people were terrified. And there were some isolated issues, but nothing like what they were saying. I recovered 3K licenses from XML files spread throughout our NAS and effing personal machines manually because we keep this stuff with proprietary encoding, FML. I would like to congratulate you on fixing the problem and on your inevitable raise. Yay! I'm sure you'll get credit for this. Yay! I'm sure your boss will give you a raise. Yay! Stop me if I'm being annoying. Oh man. So two things. One, and you're going to hate hearing this, you can't put a price on perspective. I always tell that to people who have suffered a loss. And two, if I can remember what it is. Oh yeah, if we didn't have these problems, we wouldn't have jobs. But you're still allowed to curse it. Ah, nice, 10%. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I did something similar, although it wasn't. I didn't have them over the barrel like you did, with a pressing issue. I just made a list of what I did, and I sent it to my boss. And we have these formats for, not formats. We have criteria for what you need to do for each. We have levels. It's stupid, but like you're a level 1, a level 2, a level 3, and they have responsibilities and I almost want to say personality traits, but work traits that you need to meet. And so I just made a list of everything I did, and I said, look, here's what I'm responsible for. Like I was customer facing, like customers would interact with me, and I was way too low a level to be doing that. Like that's usually like a level 4, level 5, even higher, and like I was like a level 2. And level 2s are like, I can tie my shoes and I can push the buttons without being told to do it. And level 1s are like, I'm an intern and I'm incapable. And no offense to interns, it's just like reality. Like you're dealing with someone who's been there for 40 years. You're not capable compared to them. So I was like a level 2 still, and I'm like, and it's because my boss like didn't have budget and he kept making excuses, and so I just sent him a list of everything I did. And 4 hours later, I was level 3. I've never seen HR move so fast. And I'm probably going to do the same thing to get my 4. I'm just going to make a list of what I do. And I'm going to say, look, if I were to leave, you imply it basically. You don't say it. But if I were to leave, these are the things that you would have to support that no one else is doing right now. And that's how you get your levels. That's how you move. You have to make them believe you're going to leave, but you can't say it because that only works once, and then they don't trust you anymore. And you have to make them think that you're grateful for the opportunities that you're giving them. That's the best strategy. That's absolutely the best strategy. And it worked for me anyway. Gotta go help with preparations for holiday meal. Nice, man. A happy Passover. Yeah, happy Passover, and yesterday was Good Friday. Happy holidays, everyone. Alright, let's get back to this. I'm supposed to babysit my nieces and nephews in like 2 hours, so the stream will not go forever, but we'll keep going for now. Alright, let's see. This is for repositioning. Like you're in the middle of attacking someone and you decide to take a sidestep, basically, is what this is. So every 10 frames, if you're close enough, stop moving. I think if you reach the point where you get to your destination, you should instantly end repositioning and go to the next thing. I don't want them just standing there doing nothing. So probably shouldn't even take off the is moving flag. It'll make them look like they're stutter stepping. So I think I'll do that, but then I'll say enemy state is this. Oops. Okay, so that'll make him go make a decision. What else? Wait, why did you say no? Equal to 150. So, okay, so if you get to 150, that means you've been patrolling for a pretty good distance, but you haven't reached your position yet, but it's been too long, so it's time to make another decision. So I think I'm going to do this. And I think this target thing, I'm going to reset inside the make decision. We're also going to set his decision timer to 0. Yeah, I forgot it was also Passover weekend. You reminded me of that. Okay, so that's good. What else do we got? We got patrolling is basically the same thing, except you're not aggroed. So it's almost the exact same code. I could do like an if statement in there. Like if aggro, do this. But we'll leave it for now. And like, instead of saying slug move here, I could make it generic. I could be like, alright, for the slug in particular, he has a string that is his, you know, movement string. And then I could use the same code for all of my enemies. That is what I'm going to eventually do. I think the more I think about it, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. But for now, I'll leave it specific to him. Oh, shoot. I have it backwards. Okay. Yeah, that's done. That's pretty much the same code. I probably... I probably should have code in here for deciding whether I'm aggroed or not. I could do that outside of here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I think I'm gonna... This is silly, having two pieces of code like this, so... I'm just gonna call it reposition. And right here, I'm gonna have an if statement. So if aggro is equal to true, tor, else, do that. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Let's go. Now we don't need patrolling at all. Get rid of that. And I'm going to delete it entirely so I don't have any code pointing to it. Any errors? Reposition. I think I'm going to do this inside of the reposition. Well, I already am doing that. Okay, so I don't need it. Cool. I like to keep code as simple as possible. I just say change to reposition, and then in reposition on the first frame, I do a bunch of things every time, instead of having to do it before the call. This is good. This is actually really close to being done. Alright, so pursuit. I think 3 seconds is a good amount of time for them to do anything. Like, actually, with reposition, I think instead of 3 seconds, that should only be 1 second that he repositions. But then pursue for like 2 or 3. Maybe we'll do 2. You don't want them to, like, constantly move back and forth randomly. Like, it just doesn't work. It looks really weird when they do that. But I also want them to, like, have some randomness to them so they're not always just like chasing you forever. So at the start of this, we're going to set moving and we're going to play slug move. I just thought of something too. If he's already moving, he doesn't need to play the animation. Otherwise it'll stutter step him. So what we're going to say is this guy right here, get boolean is moving is equal to false. then we're going to set it to true. Otherwise, he's already playing the animation, so what are we doing here? I wish I had spent a little more time on this during the week, so it was a little fresher in my head. But this week was really crazy. Really, really crazy. Let's see. We're not finding a random position this time. We're going to find the nearest enemy. Do I want them to snap at the target? I don't think so. So every 10 frames he's going to redefine who he's looking at. And actually this doesn't need to be an else. And here we can say else if enemies i.decision timer is equal to what did I say? I want to do like 2 seconds of chasing. Do 100. Now we can do else if here. He's at the end of making that decision. Now he's going to say make decision with aggro. Maybe he should do yeah, okay, yeah. Do that. And then inside the make decision with aggro, we'll do a check for whether or not the enemy's still close enough, and then we'll take him out of being aggroed if he's not. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Just reading through it now. Find your enemy. The moving will be done outside of it. I have to figure out where I set this. Where did I do it? Up here? I did it based on not equal to 0. Let's do it this way. You should have a walk speed and a run speed, so we're going to do that right now. And that's going to break some stuff. Good? Happy? Everybody happy? Dot run speed. Oh, I also need to do if he's close enough to the target, he should stop running. That's if I'm gonna do melee attack. I may just do if the enemy like bumps into you, he does damage. So if I stick with that strategy, I would keep the pursuit on even if they get close. Because I don't know yet if you're gonna be able to run through enemies or not. I haven't decided. Alright, ranged attack. This one's a little more complicated. We're mostly going to copy what we have up here. Do that. Okay. Now he's set up to attack. We'll say at 40 he stops swinging his head around like he's gonna vomit, and then he actually does the attack, which is here. Okay. And then we'll say maybe give him another 40 frames to bring his head down and be ready to be done attacking. What did I do up here? Just ended it? Yeah, I just ended it. Okay. So then we have to make our decision. So he obviously still has aggro if he's just shooting at you. Okay. Alright, now before we do the final piece of the puzzle, I'm just going to double check everything else that I've done. This is actually making the decision, I think. So I don't want to do this. Instead, I'm going to take this out, and I want to say enemies.decision.eState is equal to make decision without aggro. Actually, it should be based on whether he's aggroed or not. So if enemies dot aggro is equal to false, do that. Else. Oh my gosh, I should just have make decision have an if statement inside it. Otherwise I'll have if statements all over the frickin' place. Alright, let me get this code down in here. And then up, and then we're going to change this to only be a single state. So we're going to say, just call it make decision. And now it's going to break a whole bunch of stuff. This is why you plan ahead. What's the matter? You should be fine. Okay. don't need this either. See how much cleaner that is? It's just like one thing. Make decision. Gotta keep it clean. Simplify. And get rid of this. Maybe keep this. Okay. We'll keep the R, because that's our random number. If enemies.aggro is equal to false, we do this. Now it's starting to make sense. Else aggro is equal to true. Okay. So first thing we do is we reset that stat. We probably should reset the target as well. Where do I do that? Right here. Just clean slate. Starting over. Reset targeting. So basically his target rotation is now the rotation he's already on. And he has no active target. Okay. Now you make your decision. I'm going to reposition. I'm going to idle. Whatever you want to do. Now if I go into reposition, the very first frame he finds a target. What I may want to do is find the target before telling him to reposition. That might make more sense, because if you don't find a target, maybe you do something else. So I probably should have done this code first, actually. But let's do this. What does this return? Does that return new vector 3? Oh, repositioning always happens. Oh wait, that's true. Repositioning always happens. You always find a nearby target. So that's not a problem. But when you get into aggro, I need to worry about it. So you reposition, idling, and then the other thing that could happen is you go to standing. So else state is equal to standing. Okay, so I actually think that reposition, idling, and standing are done. So let's just double check idling and standing. Idling, it just waits 2 seconds and then goes back to standing. And then standing does nothing but stand there and eventually make a decision. Reposition, when it ends, should not make a decision. Instead, it should go back to standing. I think it should go back to standing, just like this one did. I mean, I guess You could reposition and then reposition again, in which case you want to keep moving. So maybe you do go right to make a decision. I think with idling... idling's weird. I think idling we can leave the way it is. It's a weird one. Reposition's fine for now. Oh, I need to make it move though. That's right. And walk speed. Okay. Okay, we're figuring it out. This is really cool because when I finish this, it'll apply to every enemy. Really will make my life a lot easier. Just gotta put a little time in now. When this ends, do I want to go to make decision? Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, so right now I have his peaceful states. We might actually be able to run with this right now. Because the peaceful states are done. How do I drop us? There we go. Alright, so this might actually work. Or he's just gonna stand there. Like a bump on the log. Come on, do something. Do something. Let's check out what he's doing right now. Alright. Enemy type is a slug. E-state, we're currently standing and our decision timer is 0. I think decision timer is not going up. No, it is, over here. Alright, well let's go until this is equal to 40. Is it never equal to 40? Oh, it's never incrementing. What's going on? Oh, max decision timer is 0. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I never said it. Ah! Oh, go back. Max decision timer is like a catch in case I screwed up and I missed something so that the value doesn't go up forever. Is really all it's for. So it would only be caught in a bug. No pun intended. Alright, slug. Are you working now? He's idling? You gonna reposition or something? Come on, I'm poking you with a stick. Do something. Reposition. There he goes! It's working! He idled. Oh, he just snapped. I don't know if that's a good thing. The idling just ended. Okay, so there's not enough time for idling, basically, in his life. So that's a problem. Let's go down to the idling. And we'll say he needs more time. So we'll say it could be that he's getting to make a decision too quickly before the idle animation can end. So I'm going to move this to 200. Let's see what happens. I'll drop him in. There, he's moving around.
He idles and eats something. Is he gonna move? Are you gonna work properly now? You be a good boy. Now his idle has time to finish. There we go. How about you move around? Stop idling. It's 33% chance. Go. Move around. There we go. I don't like how he snapped to the direction he was going to move to. That was a little fast, actually. I'd like to see him turn around. Maybe I'll cheat and make him always decide to move. One more try. One more try. Go, 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 go. Do something. Yeah, he's moving in the direction he's already facing. So, let me cheat. Where it says make decision. We're just going to have R is equal to 99. No, I'm sorry. 33. And now he should always reposition. So let's see what happens. I'd like to see him not snap to his position. Is he always going to move forward? That would be a bug. Yep, that's a bug. He's always moving forward. He's not picking a new rotation. Why is that? Find nearest position. Enemy target rot is equal to the target. Okay. If moving is false, then it's true and play slug move. It's definitely playing slug move. If less than 1, go back to making a decision. Something's missing here. Where's my rotations? Rotations are down here. I think this is fine. I think I'm not setting my enemy rot properly and my target rot. Yeah, I'm not setting my target rot equal to this rotation. Where is that? Up here? Target rot is equal to look at enemies. Where's my enemy's rot? Let me just check what this does. Turns a random position. Alright, what did the slug do? Let's see. Target rot is equal to look at. Yeah, I don't think I did this right. What happens up here? I didn't do this. So reset this down here. Find new position, change the target route, leave everything else the same. I don't need this part. I think that'll work. Let's see. Mr. Slug? Mr. Slug? There you are. Go. I poke you with sticks. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. Why aren't you moving? What's going on here? Okay. Target is nothing. Okay, he should play moving now. There he goes. Happy as a slug. Move somewhere else. Rotate. Rotate! Oh, wait a second. Oh, you idiot. Stop. There we go. I was returning the value, but not actually setting the target to it. Why are you waiting so long? What's going on here? Make decision. Decision timer is 0. You get set to reposition. It adds a 1. You should immediately start doing it. I don't understand why he's not. Oh, now he's changing position. Okay. Why is he standing still for so long? He's waiting till he hits the max timer. I think when I make him, I give him a random decision timer, which is not always 0, and that's the problem. So I need to fix that. There he goes. Now is he instantly rotating, or is he rotating slowly? Damn, they move for a really long time. Something's not working right. Decision timer is equal to 1. I don't need to reset all these actually because it's done for me by make decision. But I did need this. Let's try this again. I'm a little confused. There, he just rotated. Alright, do it again. Actually, let's murder him. Alright, let's see what's going on here. $51. His decision timer got to 51. Why? Equal to 1. If less than 50. Else if equal to 50. How did it get to 51? Make decision. If you go to make decision, timer gets set to 0. Twice for some reason. So how the hell did that happen? R is equal to 33. Your aggro is false. Unless his aggro is true. Nope, his aggro is false. So he should be stuck in an infinite loop of being in reposition mode. Now his timer's back to 50, or back to 1. Set a new target. You're already moving. Go. I am confused. Every second he should be changing his direction. Instead he's kind of like just sitting there. Alright, where we do add enemy. Where do I set the decision timer? Yeah, this is just going to be 0. Enemies dot e state is equal to standing, and now you can set it to random dot range -20. Okay. All right. Now we immediately started moving. That's what I wanted. Are you changing direction every second? I don't think you are. See, that worked. That worked great. But for some reason, he's never doing it again. So, If I look back at this, where do I find a random position? Find nearby random position. Target is equal to nothing. Rot is equal to your current rotation. Target rot is equal to your current rotation. So that should completely reset it. You get set to reposition. When it rolls over to the first frame, you find a random nearby position. Your rot is equal to looking at your target. While less than 50. I'm gonna take this part out. Maybe that's messing it up. No, he's forever moving in one direction. He's never changing it. I think something is setting decision timer back to 0 over and over again. No, it's working perfectly. Down here I set the rotation. I'm twying. I'm really twying. I don't understand. All right, let's just look at the original code and just copy paste and see what's different. Okay. So first I did this. Okay? So first thing I did was reset. Then I said, okay, find a random position. I don't understand how that function works though, because it's just literally returning a vector 3. And I don't appear to have used it properly in the past. Yeah, I totally dorked it up. Okay. So set your target. Look at the target. Yeah, that should be all I have to do. So what am I doing? Standing says make a decision. I go to make a decision. I come down here. I don't need two of these. I say reset my target. My rot is equal to my current rotation. My target rot is equal to my current rot. Maybe that's the problem. Then I say, alright, I'm cheating. I'm always going to go to reposition. So let's go to reposition. On the first frame, my target is equal to a random nearby position. My target rot is equal to looking at that target. That should work. Okay. You can find out what the hell's going on. Okay. Standing. Still standing. Okay, now decision timer is 40. Boom, boom. Okay, we go to make decision. Reset our rot. Aggro's false. We're now repositioning. That's it. We're now inside repositioning. We set our local rotation. False, so we set it to moving. Now we're actually moving. Decision is 3. We gotta go all the way up to 50. Uh, 48, 49, 50. Make decision. Now we make our decision. We reset our target rot. Fudge! It all works. Slugs just want to... Wait, they also all seem to be moving towards the origin. They're all moving towards the origin, guys. That's the problem. So smart. They're all going to the origin. I don't think find nearest target is working properly. Let's go find nearest target. Where's reposition? Find random nearby position. Yeah, that doesn't work. It has to include his vector 3. Ah. Enemies dot transform dot game object dot transform dot position plus that. Boom. It was working all along. Beautiful. It's so beautiful. He moves a little fast. We should have a aggressive turn rate and a walking turn rate. So, do I have a turn speed? We need a turn speed. Enemies dot aggro turn speed. enemies dot walk turn speed. Enemy AI. Go to the very bottom of this sucker. Right here, this is going to be turn speed. Enemies dot turn speed. Okay. This way he'll go a lot faster when he's aggroed versus when he's walking. Alright, let's see it. This is a slower turn speed. So less violent. He still moves, like he still turns, but he's not like whipping around. And we can actually slow it down even more. It's a little more cow-like. There you go. Matches his his walk speed, you know. He's not just like flipping around, which he will do when he's aggressive. All right, looking good. So that was a problem in the original code that I was copying from that I didn't catch before. Don't need these brakes anymore. These brakes. Always assume that your assumptions are incorrect. That's how you solve problems. Is your computer on? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so what's next? We gotta turn on aggro. So, same idea. We're gonna get rid of this. So he's either pursuing you, shooting you, or repositioning. What are the options? Now for reposition, oh, I did say go back to make decision, okay. We might be able to just go with this right now the way it is, but I'm gonna double check. Reposition we know is gonna work. Pursuit, I'm not sold on. So initially it finds nearby target. No, where's pursuit? Oh, right here. Find nearest enemy. We have to do a thing where it says if the nearest enemy is nobody, then you should go back. It's being not aggroed. If temp is equal to new vector 3 0 0 0, not aggroed anymore. Make decision again. So we'll say enemies dot state is equal to make decision, and I should probably do this. I should do this inside of like I shouldn't let him go to pursuit if he can't find the target. So I'm gonna get rid of this whole thing. And we're gonna say this part right here does not need an else statement. Same with up here, you can immediately start moving. But where I say go to pursuit, I want to do this. What I'll do is I'll just leave it alone. So he's still on make decision, which means it'll loop around back up to here again to make another decision. But I'll say enemies.aggro is equal to false. And I actually should do it up here. So let's take this code right here. Leave that alone. And we'll do the aggro check up top. And then for pursuing, dot target is equal to temp. Actually, with all of these, except for reposition, it'll be that. So we'll just do that. Now I think we're in a good state. So now every time he makes a decision, he's reevaluating whether or not he has a target. While pursuing, he needs to do the same thing. So let's go back up to pursuit. Why are you guys upset? You can't have more than one temp, is that the problem? Really? Temp v3, temp v3. Happy now? Alright, so back up at pursuing. Fine. So if it's nothing, then we need to get out of here and say aggro is equal to false, make a decision, and we need to change the temp target. We need to get rid of this. So right here, if enemies dot target is equal to new vector 3 0 0 0, else you keep moving. We're gonna say enemies dot aggro is equal to false, enemies dot decision or e state is equal to make decision. Alright, it's starting to come together now. Alright, that's good. For ranged attack, all this looks fine. The find nearest enemy thing you don't need to do. You can get rid of this because we're providing the temp already. Okay. I think we're in business, guys. Let's see what happens. Man, that took a long time. Do I shoot and make him aggroed? Oh, there he goes. He's pissed. So now he's repositioning, and then he was attacking. Still attacking. He moves faster. See the rotation on the shot. So you can pretty easily avoid this. He has a long attack animation, and he doesn't re-look at you again while attacking. So one thing I could do is he'll look again for you and rotate towards you while he's attacking. If he finds your target, otherwise he just keeps staring forward. So what we'll do is we'll say, like right around decision timer equals 30, he'll find you again. So else if enemies dot decision timers equal, it keeps doing that. Decision timer is equal to 30. We're gonna try to find the target again. So we're gonna say, where do I find target? Where do I do that? Right here. Does that cause this to break? Or are you not allowed to have temp v3 again? Okay, so we'll call it shoot temp target. And if it's not vector 3, if shoot temp target is not equal new vector 3, we are going to have the enemy look at that target. So where do I do that elsewhere? Right here. I.target is equal to shoot temp target. Okay. So he'll reevaluate his shot in the middle of doing it and rotate towards you a little bit. So piss him off. And I'll move while he's attacking, and he should rotate with me. Ooh, that took a long time. Is he not mad? Am I not close enough? Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to rotate around him. And see, he rotated a little bit at the end there to keep aiming at me. I think he's repositioning for too long. There he goes. That little head twist at the end there makes the shot a little closer than it was before. Yeah, which makes him far more dangerous. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of doing it at just at 30, I'm going to do it at 10 and 20 and 30. So he keeps like following you with his head. And then you'll have 10 frames to get out of the way, which is like a fifth of a second. If you're continuously moving, it's not going to hit you. Alright, let's piss him off. I gotta check that code. He didn't fire. Oh shoot. I think I took up his shooting spot. Ah, I did the wrong thing there. Where's the part where I set it to true? What else am I doing here? Aggro is true. Enemies e-index dot e-state is equal to make make decision. And I need to like handle like, alright, he's in the middle of idling. What do I do? He's in the middle of already moving. What do I do? I need to like reset him and have him immediately attack. So I might have to make a state called like on aggro that just handles all these little things that could happen, because there might be more than one way to aggro an enemy. It might be more than just shooting him. It might be you do something that makes NPCs hostile besides shooting them in the face. You might pick up an item that they told you not to or something. So I might have to make a new state called like on aggro, or like initiate aggro. Same with ending aggro. Like you might want to change the animation or something. All right, let's go to make decision here. mean, I could do it the way I did Rogue Party 2, which is I just said, screw it, no transitions, just play the damn animations. If they stutter a little bit too bad. Like this transition here, I don't need it. I could technically just say, just move to the next thing. Just play the next animation. So for example, for Pursuit, I could just say play animation, which I think I am right now. I'm just saying, alright, immediately play the slug move animation. For attack, he immediately plays the attack. What if you're in the middle of idling and you become aggroed? What do you do? Or you're in the middle of standing, what do you do? If I go back, if I immediately go to make decision and I'm aggroed, what happens? I think that'll work actually, because when I do Pursuit and Ranged, I immediately play something. Like I play the animation, but maybe Reposition doesn't work. No, I immediately play the animation. Okay. I think we're good. I think it should actually work. I just had to make him make a decision immediately when I shoot him. So now it should be boom, immediately makes the decision. Okay, cool. He's repositioning. I think Pursuit is bad. Or Pursuit might not be working. He's just repositioning. Let's put him on Pursuit all the time and see what happens. Yeah, so we're going to say R is equal to 33. So now he should constantly pursue me. So let's just double check what is Pursuit actually doing. For 2 seconds, every 10th frame, find the nearest enemy. Oh, I need an if statement in here. Just like I did for reposition. So where did I do that? That's fine. Did I set is moving to false when playing standing? Stop doing that. So far, so good. Alright, so we cheated, and now he should constantly pursue me. I want to see what it looks like when I shoot him. Does not look like it's working. Alright, let's see. What does Pursuit do? Exactly. What is it doing exactly? So first off, if moving is false, I think I don't want to do this. I think I just want to always set it. If less than 100, target is equal to temp. I'm not changing my rotation based on this value. If temp, oh wait, I already did that. I'm going to change this. We're going to say, we're going to pull, what do we want to do? I'm gonna pull this out completely. And instead of enemy target being set instantly, I'm gonna say is if temp is equal to blank, aggro's false, make a decision. Okay, great. And then here we're gonna say if enemies dot target does not equal. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I can have him move one more step forward. It doesn't really freaking matter. We'll leave that. So temp is equal to that. Else target is equal to temp, and then we gotta do the look at thing. Enemy target is equal to look at that. Alright, I think it'll work now. And did I do it the first time? I think I did. I'm setting this temp v value. Else enemies dot target temp v3. Wait, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Hold on. I remember why I don't want to do that. It's down here somewhere. Right here. Okay. Let's try now. Pursue me, Sluggaroony. Ahem, I said. What's going on? Couldn't move. It's a little frame rate's a little choppy. What's going on here? Do I have errors? So, do I have errors like spamming right now? Okay. I don't know what. I'm all choppy. I don't know why. Alright, he's pissed at me. He's pursuing. Oh, what is with my frame rate? Stop, stop. What the hell? Something else is going on. Do I have like a virus scan kicking off right now? What the hell? My frame rate, look how long it's taking to load. What is this choppy frame rate? It looks awful. What is happening? What? It says 30 frames per second on my my dashboard, but I don't want 30. I want 60. What the hell's going on right now? CPU's at 32. Barely doing anything. Okay, I'm gonna leave that up. I want to see what the heck's going on. See if my CPU just explodes. What is going on? What the heck? It's so bad. What happened? Oh my god. I think it's working okay. It's so choppy though. Guys, I don't know what's going on. What is going on, Wise Intros? What the hell? Oh my god, it just came out of nowhere. Everything looks fine. What could it be? I don't want to close these because that's... Let me close Discord maybe? Maybe it's the cat that Panda posted. Yeah. on the Discord. I don't know. Maybe he did it. Maybe it's all his fault. My computer's like dying right now. I wonder if I have like an update running or something. Oh, I'm so close to being done the new AI. Like there's 2 things left to check and I'm done. And it's like look how long it takes to load the game. My computer's not like overheating or something. What the hell? It's so choppy. Oh my god, it's like uncontrollable. What the oh my god, I'm gonna get seasick. The hell? The hell just happened? It just happened. Is it something in my code? No way. There's no way. There's no way I just added something that like breaks it. Because the slug's not even in the game and it's choppy, so it can't be something that I added. I'm gonna try reloading Unity. Like look, see the little green bar, like how long it's taking to save? What the hell? I think Unity's got some garbage collection it needs to explain right now. I'm gonna close Visual Studio too. Like, is Paint lagging? This is the ultimate test. Is Paint lagging? Oh my god, Paint's lagging! Ah! What's wrong with my computer? Paint's lagging! Typing is lagging! What the hell's going on? I'm so scared. I think I'm gonna do a reboot, which unfortunately means I gotta end the stream. I've never seen this before on my computer. It could be like some kind of update or something is going on. We got the virus scan could be going on. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It was a little painful, but I think we have the slug fully functional now. The only thing we had left to do was to check the shooting after the pursuing. And then repositioning mid-combat. But those won't be hard to check. I think we've got the groundwork for all of the enemy AIs to be the same central AI with some tweaks and special abilities thrown in there for certain enemies. But I think that's really good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Good luck and have fun. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.